This is Donna Lee. I'm a practicing physician in internal medicine with over 30 years of practice. I wanted to share some tips with you today on nutrition. I saw this quote that I thought would be appropriate. A good diet will not make a mediocre athlete into a champion, but poor food choices can turn a potential champion into a mediocre athlete. That being said, proper nutrition is essential for optimal performance. Energy and nutritional needs may vary based on age, gender, and your activity level. Basically, it comes down to carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Athletes who need to perform high intensity exercise need carbohydrates, and that should be anywhere from 8 to 10 grams per kilogram per day. Carbohydrates should be consumed earlier, at least 3 to 4 hours before competition to allow time to digest, and in the first 4 to 6 hours after exercise. You also need proteins. You can eat proteins throughout the day and after exercise to support muscle protein synthesis and recovery. Your protein intake should be 1.5 to 2 grams per kilogram per day. And you also do need some fats, and that should make up 20 to 30% of your energy intake. Just stay away from the bad trans fats. The nutrition needs to be based on the individual. You want to include both your protein and your carbs in each meal rather than separating them entirely. However, if you're active in the morning, a higher carb breakfast may be more beneficial. If you're more active in the evening, you might adjust your carb intake accordingly. Some people may find that they feel more energetic with a higher carb breakfast, while others might prefer a protein-rich start. Similarly, some might find that a larger protein portion at dinner helps them feel more full and satisfied. For some, front-loading carbs might help with blood sugar management, especially if they're more active in the morning and sedentary at night. Others might prefer a more even distribution throughout the day. So you can see nothing is tailored just for one person. You have to decide what your activity is, and what time you need to perform, and go according to that. The last thing that's important is hydration. Hydration is critical. Your fluid intake should match your sweat loss for that day. And prior to competition or any physical exertion, you need to at least 500 to 600 mLs in the 2 to 3 hours before physical exertion. And lastly, there is no one single diet that is perfect, but the Mediterranean diet is probably the one that comes the closest to having a beneficial dietary pattern for athletes. It's associated with improved health and potential performance benefits. It emphasizes whole plant-based foods, and these include fruits and vegetables, whole grains like whole wheat bread, brown rice, and oats, healthy fats, primarily from extra virgin olive oil, nuts, and seeds. You can have lean proteins, so fish and poultry are preferred over red meat. For dairy, you can have moderate amounts of cheese and yogurt. Legumes are important, so that would be your beans, lentils, and chickpeas. And using herbs and spices for flavoring rather than salt. So hopefully this will give you some idea of what to eat while you're training and when preparing for competition. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.